beginning takes courage.
Trying to make an impact and change the game.
I'm excited to be a part of an organization that's on the come up.
It takes fearlessness.
I think we all have our eyes set pretty high as a group.
That's one giant leap for mankind.
How high we go is up to us. We don't do these things because they're easy.
Not because they are easy.
We do them because they're hard. There's only one way forward.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. This is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here on the launch pad with some Rockets fans, and I do appreciate that, man. You guys know how I get down. If you see the show, share the show. We are all over the place, man. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Spotify. We're doing big things in big places, and definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself, man. I got a couple of brothers that is going to sit here and chop up everything Houston Rockets. I got my man Larry in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Man, we said we was gonna be okay, but that's how you start a motherfucking show. That's how you started, bro. I'm already crunk, man. Hey, look, I'm on one, man. That's the intro right there,
yeah,
bro.
Man.
We own it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
did the damn thing on that, bro. You did
yes,
that.
Sir. I had to go find something for us to use, and you know what? I think I found the right one. I think I found the right one.
That's how we do that. That's how you start that.
Coach is in the building on time today. What's going on, Coach? How we doing, sir?
You know what? Like I'm barely on time. Like I say, I was in here running like Eddie Kane to get in here. So it's I'm gonna have to dip off for a little bit because I want to turn the Rockets game on. So I got to get my setup in here, and it's like I was trying to find a remote so I could put the Rockets game on. So I might have to dip off here in a little bit so I can turn the Rockets game on. But
handle your business, sir. I got my iPad right here. Believe me, we're going back and forth with it.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. All right, let's.
I got you. We got a new face in the building, man. New to me, but my other two guys have known him for a good little bit. As a matter of fact, I was talking to him in the green room. My man Jesse said he's known Coach for damn near 30 years.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm saying, so it's been a minute, but Jesse's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Man, doing good, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on. I look forward to chopping it up about these Rockets because, hey, I'm H-Town born and raised, baby. I'm ready to do it.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we get here, you know, Villain got something he got to say. You know what I'm saying? Next, I'm not done with him. But with that being said, I wanted to get in here really quickly, man. The 2024 Houston Rockets have gotten out the gate relatively quickly, man. If you look at the statistics, we're second in the Western Conference. I'm gonna keep it a whole beam. I didn't have this on my bingo card, to be honest with you, gentlemen, especially as we sit here on the 15th of January with the Houston Rockets being second in the Western Conference. Jesse, I'm going to throw it over to you, my guy. The start of the 2024 season has gotten off to a fast start, man. How do you feel about it?
I love it. I seen it brewing from when Ime took over last year, 41 games. We won. I had a feeling they was going to increase that. Did I see them coming out being second in the West? No, I didn't. I think they still had a little bit more growing room, but I did see them being around the 4th or the 5th seed. But, man, definitely a little shocking, but I'm loving it. And Ime got these young bucks playing right, man.
Yeah. Ime, I got some issues with him, which I will address later. But I'm going to say my whole idea, my whole thought process for last. Coach, talk to me, my guy. Rockets are 26-12. second in the West, 6.5 behind OKC. What say you, my guy? How you feel?
I mean, yeah, I don't think any of us was like, "Oh yeah, the Rockets are going to be second in the West in the January." You know, I don't think anybody was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." Like it's like I feel like I was like, "Look, they finished strong. It was all about can they build on that finish? Can they say, okay, we got something going here. Let's build on this. Again, like I always talk about, like you need an adult in the room, and and it's like the kids are maturing, and it's like you love to see it because it's like, look, and I don't think anybody was like this. I love it. I love where they're at. Got a tough game tonight against a top team. Like this is what we here for. It's like this is what I want. It's like beating the Wizards. I don't care about. You're supposed to beat the Wizards. The Rockets are a team now to where they should beat the Wizards. They should beat the Hornets. They should beat these lower rung teams tonight. These are the nights where I lock in because it's like, how do the Rockets do against teams that they're probably going to play in the playoffs? So like the outlook is bright. I don't think any of us are sitting here expecting this, but like let's keep it going.
Yeah. Very, very easily. I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. Larry, talk to you, my guy, man. You came out the gate smoking, man. How you feel?
I'm gonna put it like this: did I expect a number 2? But remember, we did it on the show. Larry got receipts. What I said was they were gonna be fifth, sixth, maybe. But I said there may be some teams that's not as good as what we anticipated them being. Remember what I said? The Lakers, they weren't gonna be that good this year. I was like, I didn't see them being that good. I saw a lot of teams taking step backs. I saw the Kings taking a step back. I saw a lot of teams taking step backs. And what I said on the show was, I said fourth to fifth. Remember, Aaron, I told you, I said, bro, they're not gonna be in the play-in. They're gonna be in the playoffs. But I also did not see any of these teams getting better, especially coming off of that late season run. Before Sengun went down, they would have been in the playoffs. But I did see them as a playoff team and possibly leaping a couple of teams, not to the second seed, but definitely probably leaping a couple of teams ahead of them. And I'm all for what they're doing right now. And Steve, I'll go and backdoor you. Yeah, they're supposed to beat the teams they're supposed to beat, but they played some really tough games against Memphis. Memphis is sitting in the third seed and won, and they grinded that one out the other night. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm seeing now.
Here's the thing is, I'm gonna talk about this later. We would have a lot more wins if we close games.
Yeah,
we would have at least probably 3 to 4 more dubs if we could figure out how to close them. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing, though, Larry. And again, Coach, the two of us have been on many a podcast together talking about these Houston Rockets. I did not have this on my bingo card. I didn't have this on my bingo card. As a matter of fact, I thought we were good enough to be in the play-in. Now, again, we're only 30 some odd games in. Season ends in April. So we got a little over, 2.5 months to kind of sort this whole thing out. But I did not expect us to get out the blocks like this. I think that the growth and development of Jalen Green has really taken off. If you look at how he ended last year, just on a scoring tear, to where he's brought that to this year, I think that he is literally solidified himself as being an all-star now. Now, does he get the nod? Who knows? As much as I despise Alfie, I said what I said. As much as I despise that guy.
Here you go.
It's a rocky show. I'm gonna talk. But as much as I despise him, the boy is ball. And I have to give credit where credit is due. The guy is balling as of late. And yet, I wasn't expecting that from him. I wasn't expecting that from this team. I wasn't expecting Amen Thompson to take the leap that he took. I was not expecting Cam Whitmore to get sent down to the developmental league and then come back and be on the tear that he's been on. There's been a lot of moving parts that we have been able to maneuver this thing, and knock on wood, the injury bug isn't really hit us yet. And so I'm very, very curious to see how we look tonight versus the Denver Nuggets sitting at the 4th seed. But that's kind of where I'm gonna leave it at. Does anybody else want to tie on anything about the start of the season before we move?
I do. So there are going to be a lot of things said on this show tonight. Some true, some not true. Mostly opinions, but I'm going to come with some facts. The Rockets are 26-12. They are second in the West. They score 112 points a game. I think I looked at it the other day. 112 points a game. They are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams. They're one of the worst shooting teams. And like y'all know, Larry and Sirius know, like I've been saying this, they shoot. We need shooters. We need people like Cam Whitmore. We need Reed Shepard to figure it out because they're still one of the worst shooting teams in the league. But when you're one of the worst shooting teams in the league, you're one of the best rebounding teams in the league, which the Rockets are. Which is like, it's just, this team is just so like, there's a bunch of mismatched parts with this team, and you put it all in a blender, and somehow, some way, this team is second in the West. It's just, I don't know. Like they don't move the ball. They don't. And like I said, we can get into all that, but it's just like as we there we go. As we get started in Denver. Yeah, we can move on. So
Yeah.
Steve, I'll say this.
Fred.
Hey, Steve, I want to chime in on it real quick. So you don't have the shooting, but you know what happened when you don't have the shooting? You strap up and you play defense. And right now they sitting at what, third in opponent scoring? You strap it up, bro. And they
third in the point is going in in the first 3 quarters. Yeah. And then the fourth quarter, everything falls apart. Time, right? Yes. Tell time.
It's YMCA rep ball at that point, man.
We need the adult in the room.
Well, see, here's the deal. Since we're talking about the adult in the room, that's supposed to be Fred. That's supposed to be Fred.
Supposed to be.
But Fred ain't the adult in the room. We need him to be an adult in the room. That's like, all of us are dads here. We walk into the kitchen and our babies are playing on the stove. We just walk around and go back to the other room. We gotta be the adult. We gotta be the parent. That's what Fred was brought here to be. And several times throughout the duration of this season, when we need an adult, we need an adult. And Fred ain't that adult. And so it bothers me that he's not that. Go ahead. I thought somebody was going to say something. So, but yes, it just bothers me. Just been awfully quiet up there, man. Talk to me, man. Where's your head at, bro?
Well, I think you're hitting it on the head with Fred. He's not an adult. I've talked to Steve about this. I don't like his shot selection at all, especially when the game's close. Horrible shot selection. You should be wanting your younger dudes to take those shots anyway. But I mean, he put his picture up there. But yeah, man, I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I wanted to kind of spin this around a little bit. We're gonna talk about the flow of the offense, talk about how we're moving the ball, who's getting shots where, who needs to get shots where. Larry, talk to me, my man. Obviously, Alpe's in the post doing his thing. He's kind of ventured out to the perimeter a little bit more than I like to kind of take some jumpers. Talk to me about how the flow is. And again, we spoke about Fred, and shot selection like Jesse talked about. I mean, I would like to see Fred, get off the dribble and go downhill, but he fall in love with that free ball.
So you know what I would like to see? Honestly, I think that to some degree, Udoka, he's still trying to figure out like what type of identity they have. Y'all know how I feel
30 some odd games in though.
30 games in, Larry.
Yeah, but you got to remember that.
Know what he got.
No, but I'm just saying you got to think about it. He's 30 some games in, but like we just said, he had Cam. He was trying to figure out with Reed. He sent Reed down, brought Cam back up. To me, I actually like the offense right now because y'all know how I am. I don't like the offense with Jabari. I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean,
none of us do. None of us do.
He might as well just go ahead and build him a goddamn a canopy and put his chin up at that 3-point corner when he sits there all goddamn day, like this dude sits over there like, damn, bro, you having a Coke and a smile? Like, bro, yeah, I just want to sit at the 3-point line. So
No.
for me, it's more like I like the flow, but what I would want him to kind of do, like we're playing the Nuggets right now. Alpi can get you 6-7 assists. Some of those late game situations, put him in like that Jokic role where Alpi's conducting the offense. Let Fred go do Fred stuff, and let run that pick and roll more with Alpi and Jaden Green, and because Jaden he's not passing the ball, but Alfie will pass the ball. I would love to see Doka starting to integrate more of that into the offense because I do see that there's times where it's like, hey, Fred, I want you to facilitate the offense, but Fred's like, hey, I've only had 2 shots in the last 8 minutes. So I need to get up my shots too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yep.
when we run into issues. That's when we run into the problems of too many threes, and now we letting these teams back in the game.
Which goes to my issue that I mentioned earlier about us not being able to close.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that horrible shot selection comes back to haunt you because it's like again,
Yes, it
it's funny.
does.
It's like it's just like because I can see it. Like we all watch the Rockets, you can see when the wheels start turning in Fred's head. You know, it's like you can see it. You can tell when he's getting ready to do it, and y'all laughing because y'all anybody who's a Rocket fans know you can tell when he's getting ready to do it because it's like he'll take one. Then he'll be like, okay, whatever. And then he'll come back and like, you know, I'm gonna shoot another one. You know, it's like, nah, that one's off and whatever like that. And then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot one more. It's like, you know, and it's like, Fred, baby, like, move the ball.
That's it.
Move the ball. You know, it's just like, it's just, it can't be, it's just, he can't sit up here and be your point guard. Like, you are the point guard. I understand. It's like, you got to move the ball. I mean, the Rockets are one of the worst assist teams in the league
Well, we got
because
And
4
got one
black
of the
holes.
best big man assists in the league.
We got
But
we,
Makes no
we
sense.
got 3 black holes,
but the
man.
Rockets do not move the ball. Udoka is a pop guy. What made those Spurs teams great? The ball movement. It was
Mhm.
beautiful. Everybody was moving. It was emotion, and people didn't just sit in the corner. Sean Elliott and Bruce Bowen, they ended up in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just come. They didn't just come down the court and then just run to the
Yeah,
corner.
post. Yeah, they
You
posted
know,
over there. Yeah.
they didn't just post up that after moving and setting screens, they ended up in the corner. And I just don't understand how Udoka, who was a pop guy, just totally doesn't like try it. It's like you have the athletes, you have but again, like you said, Larry, you got 4 guys who want to shoot the ball. It's like when Alpi gets the ball in a certain area of the court, he's shooting the ball. When Jalen gets that look in his eyes, you know he gonna shoot it. He don't care if he 2 steps past half court, he's gonna shoot it, or he's gonna go
Exactly.
drive to the basket. He don't care.
Exactly.
You know, it's just like they shoot again. They shoot way too many threes for a team that can't shoot threes.
Yeah. Like the math ain't mathing, right? Jesse talked to me, my guy, man. The offensive flow this year has been stagnant. We got 3 black holes in the starting rotation where the ball goes to them. It's highly unlikely that it's getting to anybody else. How you feel, my guy?
Let's see. I think the offense is okay. They do shoot too many threes. I think Jalen and Alpi still hasn't figured out how to play with each other, which is costing them a little bit. It's always what I don't like to see is always like the hand clapping for me. You know, let me get the ball. Give me the ball real quick. Give me the ball real quick. When you know if somebody, what they need to do is learn like when somebody's cooking, just get out the way and let them cook, and then. Once they start doubling and triple teaming, that's when it's time for everybody else to start eating, and then you can just see the flow just keep on going, man. But hopefully they'll figure it out. If not, I mean their defense is immaculate. So I mean they still have that defense, but you know I'm not gonna try to downplay my Rockets too much. But yeah, the offense definitely should use some fine tuning.
I'm coming for the Nets because here's the thing: like, to whom much is given, much is required. I'm not going to get biblical on you guys, but we have a squad, and we have a squad that can compete. The problem is we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot with our own gun because we had bad shot selection and the ball doesn't move. The ball just sticks. And we supposed to, again, back to Fred, we're supposed to have an adult in the room. Let's talk about Udoka to Steve's point. Udoka comes from a tree where the ball moves and rotates, and yet you send guys to the corner. You draft a guy in Jabari Smith who fell in love with the jumper, and he just sits in the perimeter. The brother's 6'20", get his big behind on the block and do something. But yet, Ime Udoka continues to allow this type of offense to be played. It bothers me to no effing end, gentlemen. And if we are going to get to where we ultimately want to go, now again, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to be world champs. It'd be nice. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to go into the Western Conference Finals. It'll be nice, but we have a squad that can compete. And if we do not figure out this offense, again, we're 30 some odd games in. We haven't made any trades. We haven't had anybody go down to injury other than Jabari Smith, and the team has looked better since he's went down.
Yeah, like get well soon, Jabari. Like take your time getting well. Take nice, slow, easy rehab, man. Just take
It's
your
getting
time
real
getting back.
icy over here. You know, don't step on no black ice. Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I wish him a slow and steady recovery. You know, no need to rush back. We'll be fine until you get back, sir. Don't you know? So.
Aaron,
You
you
know,
know what?
I love. Oh, go ahead, LG. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know what I think what frustrates Houston fans the most by seeing these Rockets and they shooting too many threes. Just you know where I'm going with this. Motherfucking Mike goddamn D'Antoni, no deep D'Antoni, shooting 26 goddamn 3-pointers, and you keep missing every damn 3-pointer. So if you can't hit the three, it is emotionally invested for these Rockets fans because we don't want to see that happen again, bro. We don't want to see that. The only difference is that these Rockets play
I want
defense.
to punch something right now. So you brought that.
Yeah,
I
I don't know
so
why would
bad.
you even bring that up, Larry.
Because
Like,
because when we watch, because when
we having a good time. We like, and then you gonna bring that shit up.
because
Like,
as a Rockets fan, you
what's
don't
wrong
want
with
to
you?
see that. You don't want.
Yeah,
It's
so
painful.
we don't talk about it, Larry. We don't
My
talk
bad, man.
about
I
it. It's
said
like,
things like
That
that. My
that
bad.
is the thing that should not be named ever.
But
That
talk
is the
about
thing
that.
that be named.
yeah, I get it, bro. But it's the fact that we don't want to see a repeat. We don't want to see that. And like you said, like this the part that frustrates me the most. You keep seeing threes, right? And I get it. It's hard to get these guys out of there. But dude, you got the pieces to, hey, somebody need to say, look, these threes ain't falling. You know what? Take your asses to the hole. Let's run something else to get something to the hole. You know what? The first thing when your three not falling, you know what you do? You take a
Is it free
step
throw
in.
line?
No, you take a step in. And when that shit not falling, you take another step in. And when that's not falling, you take your ass to the hole. And
That's
it's a
the
painful
thing is,
memory.
Larry. That is common sense YMCA
Yes.
ABC basketball. However, since we're talking about Houston, I could talk about the whole damn league for that matter. But since we're talking about Houston, that's a concept that is lost on the team we love, especially since we don't have a legitimate 3-point. Like we're not a 3-point shooting team.
No,
We
we're
don't
but
shoot
not.
the we don't shoot it well from the perimeter. I
yeah,
got
so I'm not
Dylan
gonna
Brooks. I got Dylan Brooks shooting turnaround 3-pointers. Get
yeah, I'm not gonna bring it up, but it's a painful memory, so that makes it even more the reason why you should definitely change this offense.
right.
Yeah,
But the thing is, that's on Ime though. That's on
yeah, that's
Ime
what
to
I'm
do.
saying. But
Yeah.
if you go to an organization, you know the history, and he should know that that's a painful memory around here, and people will be calling for his job if he don't fix that.
Yep.
I mean, look, it's funny because again, you have Ma who look. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's stubborn. I think he's set in his ways, and he want the offense to be the way he wants it. And like, look, you talked about it earlier, Larry. It's like Sengun and Green should be running pick and roll until like teams stop it. You know, rarely do you see these two guys in any kind of like pick and roll, any kind of two man, anything like that. I mean, it's like it don't have to be Sengun and Jalen. It can be Sengun and a men. Like to run something with a men. Let him, pick and he's not gonna pick and pop, but he's gonna pick and roll. So it's just like there's no imagination. There's no innovation. It's just like again, the Rockets were scoring a lot of points, but it's like you kind of when the reason why we struggle in these late games in these late situations is because teams know what to do. The Rockets will the Rockets will literally keep shooting and keep shooting and keep shooting. When you get down to 3 minutes left and you're down by 4, instead of like running some sets and the Rockets gonna play defense, but instead of like on the offensive side of the ball, instead of like running some sets, slowing things down, the Rockets are still bang 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 bang, and that's not, you can't do that. And when the Rockets learn to slow down, when the Rockets learn to like take a deep breath and it's like, okay, like I said, we're down 4, there's 3 minutes left, we can still win this game. We have seen the Rockets in that scenario where they were down 3 or 4 with 3 minutes left and they lose a game by 11.
Yeah.
So because and it's just it's frustrating.
Let me drop this on y'all, then I'm gonna let y'all cook, right? The problem with the offense, I think for me, with Udoka, look at Boston. I forgot his name. He took over for Udoka, but Boston,
Missoula, yeah.
So they will bludgeon you with threes, but they have the personnel to do that. But really, he just took over what Udoka was already doing. So now you on the Rockets. The Rockets don't have the personnel to bludgeon you with 3-point shooters. So why are you not catering the offense not to what you were doing in Boston, but what you have in Houston?
Well, that's why I said he's stubborn. He's stuck in his ways and like, this is the offense, and this is what we do, and we do this, and we don't do anything else, and we won't change. And it's like it's going to cost the Rockets in the long run.
Yeah.
The biggest sign of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and
expecting different results. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I would love to see this trend change for Ime Udoka and these Houston Rockets. But I mean, again, we've all sat through what we sat through several years ago, and we've all watched this team time and time again. And we're looking at the competition that we're going to have to deal with in the Western Conference. This has to get fixed quickly, or we may fall out of the top 6, and we're definitely going to get bounced in the first round. Because, like Mike Tyson says this: everybody has a plan A until they get punched in the mouth. There's no counter. There's no. I fail to see coaching adjustments and coaching changes. And if this doesn't work, okay, let's go to this. I don't see us feeding the hot hand unless it's Jalen. I don't see us making common sense basketball plays. This was like a highly paid YMCA team that just got thrown together, and we're just gonna outrun you and hope that you run out of gas. And if we want to get to where OKC's at, if we want to get to where Memphis is at, if we want to get to where Boston's at, let's keep it a buck. We have to figure out how we are going to play, and then we have to counter and make adjustments based off of the team that we're playing. For example, when we play a team like the San Antonio Spurs, that got Wemby and all the big men, why are we not matching bigs with bigs? Why are we not playing the more physical type of guys? Why are we just trying to just run the 5 out there and keep the rotation the same? It bothers me because, again, all of us know football as well. And again, y'all know I'm a Steelers fan. My biggest issue that I have with the Rockets is the same issue I have with the Steelers from time to time. We try to fit a square peg into a round spot, and we don't adjust and don't fit a game plan and don't fit the matchups based off of our opponents.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue. Just talk to me, my guy.
Well, I'm not sure about the issue, but what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was locked in on this game.
my man lost in the sauce.
He got to learn how to multitask like we do. He's still
he's a rookie. I'm gonna give him What we were talking about was primarily the lack of adjustments and making sure that we have the right people in the right places at the right time. And so, for example, Jabari's set to come back in about 2.5 weeks, right? He's going to get thrown right back into the starting lineup because that's Ime's guy. But clearly, the team has played significantly better with the men in the starting rotation.
Well, I tell you one thing. The thing that I love the most is because I'm a big Cam guy, so I'm enjoying seeing Cam get more PT, more playing time, and I feel like if you want more adjustments to be made, I feel like should. And I've been said this kind of since like last year. I feel like should play Jalen. I don't understand why he doesn't play Jalen and Cam a lot more together, because they cause so much focus on each other. They have no choice but to benefit from each other. So I don't understand why he doesn't play them more. But I know Cam has a one set mind also, just wants to shoot. But hopefully he's following in the steps of trying to learn to play more defense, which I have noticed he has been playing better defense and stuff. But it's a lot of talent on this roster, man. I hate Tari keeps getting hurt, and for us to find our niche and and find the ways for the offense to keep flowing, he gotta start playing different combos and not always playing the same units together.
I think you hit on something there. Just playing different combos. And again, I would love to see Cam, Jalen, and a man on the floor at the same time. That would just be lethal for opponents. Not in the fourth quarter because a man can't shoot free throws.
Nobody can shoot free throws.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. But moving right along, man. I wanted to talk about we teased this a little bit yesterday on the in the boardroom, but the trade deadline is approaching. The trade deadline is approaching. Jimmy Butler has been linked to the Houston Rockets. I, for one, do not want that brother anywhere near my young squad. However, he is from the area. I got a thumbs down from Larry.
Dude,
I said what I had to say about it yesterday.
Dude, Jimmy is from Houston, but he hates Houston. Like he's been on record saying
No. Jimmy Butler is from Pasadena. He's from Pasadena. We don't claim. He's from Pasadena. He's from Pasadena.
Adjacent.
Yeah, he's from Pasadena. Since he don't like the city that much, it's like, well, all right then, rep Pasadena, man. Old Pastor get down Dina. I'm going and rep it, baby.
Hanging out with LeBron too much.
I'm cool with getting Jimmy as long as we don't give up too much for him. Because Jimmy's old, man. He's older. He's an older guy, man. So we don't give up too much for him. I'm with it. Dylan and Jimmy kind of the same player. Maybe him and another person, and maybe a pick. Then yeah. But other than that, nope. Can't get Cam. Can't get Reed. Definitely got to see what Reed got to shake with next year.
Well, Reed ain't on the roster, man. That man down in the G League right now. I would love to see what Reed does. And again, Steve's going to laugh at me because I was angry that we drafted Reed.
Mm-hmm.
I was angry. Still am to a little bit because I want us to trade that pick for, somebody. But anyway, I digress. If the Rockets are not in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes, according to what we all feel here, what moves do you want us to make at the deadline to kind of boost his roster and kind of get us prepared for the stretch run? If it's not Jimmy Butler, like, who can we move other than Jabari Smith? Because everybody wants to move him for a can of Pringles. And
I want to get one free. At this point.
I want that man all the way gone. But what other moves would you like to see the Rockets make to kind of bring somebody in here to help boost us a little bit?
If we don't give up too much, go ahead. LG.
No.
I was gonna say if we don't give in too much, I would like to see. I know it's wishful thinking. I think Kevin would be a great addition to this team. Durant. I think
I thought you meant Kevin Herter.
Hey, why you playing? He on the block, bro. And that three, if he can get his stroke back, I'll take him.
Man, but I'm not really willing to give up anybody from the bench just yet. Off from the starting lineup. I think that I just see too much potential with this team, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we should try to trade yet or see what's going on. I mean, maybe just Sean Tate can go. Jabari for sure could go, but
he can't stay healthy.
yeah.
So then you said you don't want to trade anybody yet. You said, okay, see Tate and Smith, keep it going.
Okay.
Just see, the more you talk, the more you realize.
Jeff Green, Dylan Brooks can go.
Jock
Dylan can go.
Landale,
Jock
can
Landale can go.
It's like see.
Yeah, we got those. We got a lot of picks. We got a lot of picks left too, y'all. I mean, we got some action, man, and we got some money under the books too. So I mean, it's just okay. How about this? The nucleus. I don't want to touch the nucleus of the team. Everybody else is I'm good with going. But a lot of people,
who do you view as the nucleus though?
That's what I'm going to say. That a lot of people might consider Jabari, air quotes, as a part of the nucleus. But okay. Oh, Fred for sure. Fred can go.
He's a high draft pick. I give him that.
But okay, I'm glad you said that. That's my problem with him. He's not playing like that high draft pick. That's my problem with him right there. That's my problem with him right there. So, man, but
you know what? Let me jump in real quick, right? Because I've been seeing all these, people with these scenarios to get De'Aaron Fox. Look, only way I would take De'Aaron back, we got to move Fred because them two not gonna be able to play together. I can tell you that real.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But my thing is what I would love to see. Everybody's talking about either the De'Aaron Fox or maybe the Kevin Durant move, right? And we know how we know what you get with Kevin. It's like, yeah, we need some passion over here, Kevin. Yeah, we lost the game, man. We going to the club tonight, bro. Like, no, Kevin, we care about winning these games and losing these games. But I would love. We talked about it last night, Steve, but I would love to see them go back and revisit that Lauri Marketing trade, bro. Like,
me too. You kind of stole my thunder a little bit. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
it's like go back to Danny and you're like,
yes.
Danny, you sure you don't want these picks, baby? You know what I'm saying? It's like
we'll sweeten the deal. We'll give you Jabari. But actually, if you think about it, Lauri Marketing is everything that Jabari should be. A big guy, shoots three, grab rebounds. Defense, we gotta be used to play defense. But Lauri would fill the role that Jabari should be playing. But Lauri is actually one of those guys that say like right now, they pull out Sengun and they put in Adams, and it's like it ain't the same.
It ain't the same.
But you can pull out Sengun and put in Marketing and run basically the same sets with Marketing.
Like, but the thing is, like, Marketing would start though.
Yeah, I think Lauri would start. If they would have moved Lauri, I think he would start.
Yeah, you basically put in where Jabari was at, but he's an actual true stretch 4. He's a tall ass 4, but he's a true stretch. He reminds me of. He reminds me of a Bosch, a big guy. He don't want to be in the paint, don't want to bang, but he'll grab some rebounds. He can shoot the 3 and stretch the court. And I would love for them to go back to Danny Ainge. Just say, you know what, Danny, we got about 4 draft picks over here. You know what? Let's get a third team involved, man, and let's figure this out. Well, you end up with, 27 draft picks and unasked Lauri Marketing. Because right now, if you think about it, and like I said, we talked about it last night, the Rockets, you're in the 2nd seed, bro. Like, I don't know about you guys, but 1995 was a long time ago.
It was a long
time ago.
And if you sit in the 2nd seed, we about to be in February, bro. We about to be closing in on the All-Star break. If you're in the 2nd seed right now, you make the move to make that run. You do what the Mavericks did. You go get the Kyrie Irving. You go get the guy that you feel like will put you to where now you can take home that Western Conference. And look, like Aaron said, bro, we get in the finals, bro, you got to punch his chance. But you cannot have a good core nucleus team like that and then not at least say, you know what, we're going to take the swing. If we miss, we miss. But damn it, if we hit it, 1995 was a long time ago. We got to, bro. We got to. And
The only issue I would have with that though is matching the money up. Because right now I'm looking at Laurie's deal. Let's say
but if
we
you
got
get that's what I said. You get a third team involved, you can match the money up.
I mean, he's due 42 and a half for this year, 42.
Man, you get that.
And that's
You
That's why
44.
Fred would have to be a part of any deal
Yeah,
with the
Fred have
Jazz.
to go. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but you could get somebody back in return for Fred and run the point. But I look at it like this, right? You could make the money make sense because it's gonna be some teams out there and they like, hey, look, we don't give a damn. We want to get this salary off our books, and that third team will make the money make sense, but they'll take that expiring contract, and it's probably somebody sitting on somebody's bench right now making 27 million, and they're like, you know what, we just need another guy to make 13, and we got our 40, and here we go.
Yeah. I
we see it all the time.
I love the marketing idea. Believe me, when that deal almost came together for us last year, I was iced.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you who you could probably get involved in it. And remember, I talked about it's some players on some teams that people just want to get them the hell out their team. Right?
You gonna throw Ben Simmons at me again?
No. No, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say this: if you're involved in draft picks and trying to move money, I bet you if you go to Minnesota and ask them, do they want to get rid of from the Knicks, Julius Randle, yeah. No, I bet you.
I don't want him.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if they the third team and he end up in the Jazz, I bet you Minnesota will make that money happen, and Julius Randle will end up in Minnesota.
Minnesota might just make a deal like that just straight up with the Jazz.
Yeah.
They might not even want to get any other team involved. I mean, Minnesota and the Jazz have history making deals with each other. So,
Yeah,
here's the funny thing about this. Julius Randle's right now getting 33.5 mil. Rudy Gobert is getting 43.
In a cool cup.
Right.
Yeah, they probably would get rid of him. They
didn't want to pay Cat, which is crazy to me, but that's neither here nor there.
Because he don't fit their offense. They probably would trade that dude for a pair of swim trunks right now in freezing cold Minnesota. That's how bad they want him up out of there, bro. You could look at the frustration on Ant Edwards' face every time he come in. He like, man, I gotta play with this dude again.
Yep. Yeah, man. Ant want to like choke him every time he see him. He just like he like, man, I miss Cat. So you know what I'm saying? He's like, good. And then it's funny because like Ant tried, and we're not gonna turn this into a Wolves review, but like Ant tried. You know what I'm saying? My man, he tried. He really did. I think because I was like, well, Ant gonna be like, no, but he tried, and then it's like Julius Randle has no interest at all.
No, at all. Yeah.
But like I said, I could see you getting somebody involved. Remember, I told you last night, dude, there's plenty of teams out there that literally, they may not have came out and said it, but they would be at a heartbeat to get some of the people off their team. Dude, we all know, Zach LaVine, man, if somebody even came to the Bulls and said, you know what, we're working out the first 18 trade in the league, but you can get Zach LaVine off the Bulls, he's getting off of there.
The first 18 trade.
Dude, they want him off of there so bad, man. It's like every time you turn around, he comes up in the trade scenario. Every time he comes up on there. And
but the Bulls have no leverage because everybody knows that the Bulls want to get off that LaVine contract. So it's like the Bulls don't have any leverage in any deal with anybody. So it's just the same thing with Atlanta. It's like Atlanta floated out like Trae Young and stuff like that, and it's like, but nobody wants to take that on. So it's like y'all stuck with him. And not that being stuck with Trae is a bad thing, but it's like with that money and with everything else, it's like y'all stuck with him. So it's like, the Bulls are stuck with LaVine, because I don't think, but you might have some team that's like crazy enough to make a move. Or like you said, it might have to be a 18, 27 player trade, you know what I'm saying, to make that happen. So like,
hey, what the Rockets have been in a 14 12 player trade before or something like that. I know we made some crazy trades, bro, but I'm saying
I don't want Zach LaVine though.
No. I'm saying to get Lauri marketing. hell, we can move hell or high water to get Larry Marketing because I personally do not see a major superstar being moved. I don't see it.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
And the Rockets really need that. They need that Durant type dude, but I don't see the Suns moving Durant. We've been dangling all their draft picks in their face for what, a year now, and they won't bite.
Oh, what about somebody else on the Suns? What about Book?
I don't think they're gonna move.
They gonna move Book.
Who we give up for Book though? Who would y'all be willing? Would y'all really give up Cam? Because you have to. For Book, you're gonna have to give up something. You're gonna have to give up something.
You got to give up a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I don't see. I don't see the Rockets moving on Jalen.
Just give the Suns their picks back. Like, here y'all go. Here are all y'all picks back. Here you go.
Look, and Jabari.
And Jabari. Make sure Jabari's in every trade.
Because y'all saw what the Suns did today. The Suns traded for 3 second-round picks. Because they don't got no picks. Because we got all their picks. They had to trade for. They traded for second-round picks now. That's how bad it is out there.
I just saw that.
I mean, because they know they got.
Who did they trade? Did they trade for picks?
They traded a Kogi. They got Nick Richards back from Charlotte, who I like, who's a guy who I wanted the Rockets to actually kind of get in on. So I'm a little mad at that deal because Rich, like I said, for whatever reason, I watch a lot of Hornets basketball because like they're on early and it's easy for me to watch them. Same thing like with the Magic, and like Richards has been balling, and I was like, that would be somebody who come off the bench when Sengun sits down, but like. Because like Steven Adams, I love him to death, and he just made a fucking hell of a pass to him, man. But like,
that's beautiful.
But like somebody like Richards, he's young, he's cheap. I would have loved to see the Rockets try to maybe get their hands on him, but like again, the Hornets just couldn't turn down a Kogi, and getting them three picks back. So it's like,
yeah, but I could see, like I said, if we give a Book, but then the thing is, if you go after Book, I can tell you right now. They gonna force us to take Nurkic, and because they want him out of there so bad, it don't even make no sense.
Boy, they buyer's remorse like a motherfucker with that boy. They want him gone.
He might be one of the ones where we see him get buyout or something in a minute because
buyout season is coming, and he might be a guy who the Rockets pick up in buyout season anyway. So it's like, why trade for him when the funds probably just gonna buy him out anyway? So it's like,
But like I said, you're gonna find some teams. I think when we get closer to the trade deadline, I think we're gonna get to that point where we know we have to add an additional piece to the team.
But the thing is, here's the thing though. Like, why wait? We know now.
Yeah, exactly. No need to wait until the trade deadline. But you know what? Teams are more willing to wait until right before the deadline to trade and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's like you rarely see these like January trades. And then when you do see these January trades, they're usually not big trades like this trade between Phoenix and Charlotte. It's like, so
this when you see the trades when they already talk to they manager or they agent, and you say, you know what, his deal expiring in 2 years. Can we work out an extension and what the frame of that extension to be? And when the player tell him some outrageous number or he not signing, then that's when you see these GMs getting on the phone and like, let's make this trade deadline. Because then at that point you can kind of gauge where these picks gonna fall in at. And then also you can kind of see like who's coming out in the draft and what they projected to fall at. And that's when I think you see a lot of these trades closer to, like you said, after All-Star, you'll see these trades. But I don't see any of the, quote unquote, big names being moved. And the Rockies need a big name or a really good player. And you can offset some of that. You can get rid of some of that depth, but you need that person who can stretch the floor for one. But also,
I need somebody who can shoot a three ball. I need somebody who can.
I need somebody who can shoot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you also need somebody who, and that's why I like Marketing, because Marketing can shoot threes. But you also need somebody that when these threes ain't falling, when it's getting closer to the fourth quarter, you can run. You can run other than shooting 3 sets for.
Well, once again, it's supposed to be Fred. It's not Fred. It's supposed to be Jalen, but it's not Jalen. I mean, the name that keeps popping in my mind is Bradley Beal, but I don't foresee him coming to Houston.
Bradley then lost a little bit, man. He done lost a little bit
Well,
of.
as a guy who lives in the metro, watched his brother grow up, I kind of have a soft spot for Bradley.
Okay.
No, and I get it, but it's like, man, look, like Bradley Beal, much to his credit, he was loyal to the soil in the district, and
Yeah.
he might have stayed there a couple years too long. You
Man,
know,
I mean,
so it's like
he got hurt and everything, and you know what I'm saying, I just don't feel as though the mix in Phoenix is right for him. He's been linked to trade rumors, and again, I mentioned this yesterday in the boardroom. He has a no trade clause, so he has to agree to wherever he goes, and the only team that he's wanting to waive his no trade clause is the Lakers. So
Lakers.
I'm sitting here spitballing about a guy who doesn't even want to play with us, but like somebody like that. Again, if it's De'Aaron Fox shoots a great percentage from the 3-point line. If it's marketing, he shoots a nice percentage from the 3-point line. I need somebody who can consistently knock down a shot in crunch time and is decent from the free throw line. That is Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said,
hey, you know what? Hey, why you over here spitballing? We talking about these things, man. You know what I saw, one of these rumors today too, and I don't think it would ever happen. I'm kind of like, like dream scenario, and we were so close, like super, super close. I saw, man, they was floating around Bridges' name from the Knicks.
Michael Bridges.
I don't think it would take a hell of a lot, bro. But we were so close to making that trade. But he would, like you
I think he's
said,
going to go Jalen Green, right?
Yeah, they wanted Jalen for him, and that was the deal breaker.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's why I didn't even bring Bridges up, because it's just like you already know what they want, and it's like I'm not willing to do that.
No, but he would literally fit in, like you said, putting that square peg into a round hole. He would fit in so perfectly on that team that it wouldn't even be funny. But like I said, they wanted Jalen, and hell no, get out my phone. Hey,
number is disconnected. The number is disconnected. No service.
Straight to voicemail, bro. But I feel like, and I'm put like this, bro. And I know we all in agreements here. I feel like the Rockets have. You ever seen those teams where they have 8 small forwards?
Yep.
And they're trying to figure out who's gonna play.
Yeah.
I feel like the Rockets
like Portland. Portland has like all of the
every
the
center
fours.
you can think about.
Yeah, all the fours, all the centers is just that's
and
why
it's like at that point you have to offset some of that depth. And I know that people are gonna feel a certain kind of way, even if they move like a Cam, or hell, even if it take a Tari Eason to be moved to get that, superstar, or I ain't gonna say superstar, but I'm gonna say that really good player that will fit the system better. I would much rather see that than us hold on to all of these quote unquote young assets. And now we're trying to figure out who's getting the playing time here. Because like if you notice, it was a log jam for a minute. It was a log jam between Amon, Cam, Tari. You had Tate coming back. It's like you had a log jam of guys who basically all play the same position. The only log jam you don't have is at point. You don't have a log jam at 2 because Jalen's gonna play, and you don't have a log jam at 5 because Sagon's gonna play. Everywhere else, them guys, they just it's like, who do you play? The hot guy, or do you play the guy that you feel like you owe him minutes? Because it's been times. I mean, this is one of the most frustrating things this season. I don't know if y'all agree with me. It's been times like right now, the Rockets have been balling, like really balling. And then it's like, oh, well, Jabari's only played 12 minutes today. Insert Jabari back in. No, these dudes been. Dude, it was like the 5th game of the season. Tari Eason was killing it.
He was cooking.
They on a hot run.
Absolutely cooking.
Hot run. And then they say, you know what? Pull him and put Jabari back in. Why?
That goes to what I was talking about earlier about understanding the moment and running a squad out there that matches the moment and the opponent. There should have been no reason why Jabari Smith should have been anywhere near the floor, especially with Tari cooking like he was.
Yeah, and you've seen it too many times where they cooking, or they have a good 5 that's on a hot streak, and it's like, oh, well, Dylan Brooks haven't got his minutes in, so I gotta give Dylan Brooks. Man, these dudes been on a 5-minute run. You ain't tired on a 5-minute run. Nah, bro. Let them cook till they get a little tired, bro. Don't. But you have that log jam of a bunch of guys that play the same position, and you're gonna have to move some of them in order to, get that guy in there that can play, 30 some minutes a game.
Which hurts my heart to hear, because you're right. It hurts my heart, man. It does. But you're right. We're gonna have to move some of them. And honestly, it's the selfishness in me. I don't want to move. I don't want to move Tari. I don't want to move Cam. Don't want to move Amen. But one of them are gonna go if y'all want to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Amen, but if I had to move Jabari, Tari, and Cam, and a couple of first rounds, maybe two,
to get
Laurie, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Oh, for sure. I would do that. And I mean, it would hurt me to see that, but like, yeah. I mean, it's all about the returns. With you getting back a player like Lloyd Marketing that checks so many boxes and helps the Rockets in so many ways. Where it's like, I mean, him by himself does things that those three do individually. You know what I'm saying? Then if you can get that in one player, then I mean, I'm all for it. But it's like, yeah, it sucks because I mean, you look now, man. I love this green. Amen Brooks like lineup that's out there on the court right now. Again, this is like okay, but see what Adoka doesn't do. Like this line that's out on the floor right now is actually doing really well. And it's just like okay, so let's put a pin in that. Let's write that down. This is a combination that works. Boom. So then now let's lock that in, and then now let's find another combination that works. But he is not doing that. He's just like, oh well, like the only reason they in right now because this is that. And it's like, no, it's like what good coaches do, they will let things ride. It's like, hey, look, we're Rockets fans. Remember the great Clipper comeback? You know what I'm saying?
We watched it together.
Smooth was absolutely frying the damn Clippers. You don't take him out. Smooth was flambeing them motherfuckers. Like you can't, But Adoka would see something like that and be like, Smooth need a blow. Come on, blow. Come on now. No, don't.
But you know what? This is why I say you need to move some of that depth. And I'm gonna let y'all finish up on this, right? And this is why I say you need to move some of that depth because the Rockets have a lot of guys that are on a first-year contract, and you know the mentality of these guys now. They feel like I need to get shots up to get my numbers up, so that's going to equate a bigger contract.
Yeah,
you don't have, like we say, that adult that's still that proven star to say, you know what, we cooking. You got 3 minutes tonight. Go sit your ass down. Like we cooking tonight, and I haven't got my shots up because I'm working on my next contract. And if you got to dump some of that off your roster because you know that these guys they are looking at, hey, I'm still on my rookie deal. Get them off the team, and like you say, I hate to say it like that, but sometimes you have to go with the old philosophy. It's addition by subtraction, and that's where I'm looking at it from a trade deadline scenario.
Oh yeah, I mean, because Cam Whitmore is an NBA starter. He could be starting for a lot of teams in NBA, and I just don't think there's a avenue for him to start with us. And I think that's gonna come into play when it's time to like think about why when it comes to like making moves and making trades, it might actually be the best for Cam to get moved to a place where he's gonna play because like I said, he can start for a bunch of teams in the NBA right now.
But do we want to do that? His upside is, I feel like his upside is so high, y'all. I really do, man.
At the number two seed, you gotta swing. At the number 2 seed, you gotta swing, bro. You got to. I
would see your point again. I would see your point, Jesse, if we were 6, 7, 8. I would see your point, but we're sitting at the 2 seed right now with the chance to go on a magic carpet ride with babies. I mean, these are babies we watching right now. They don't know they're not supposed to be this good. They don't know they're not supposed to be the second squad in the league right now. I just seen Jeff Green, who's about as old as Jesus, hitting that turnaround jumper right there. Like what
Dude, look. All I'm gonna say is Jeff Green, y'all. Jeff Green. That's all you gotta say. Jeff Green, man. Like Jeff Green.
Right now, you should be like Haslett right now, bro. You should be all-star bench warmer right now, Jeff. I mean, thank you for your service, but we're good. But you know what? And this is what I look at when I say this Rockets team, because I'm a realist, right? Look at the move. We just saw it. sometimes history repeats itself. We just saw what the Mavericks just did. They made the
Mhm.
one move to put them. They were borderline. They made it to the East, to the Western Conference Finals. They made
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one move they need to make. Think about how long the Nuggets. It was Jokic and
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. They made
Mhm.
the subtle moves that they needed to make, and that pushed them over the top. I mean, I'll even go even further, dude. Look at the Bucks. The Bucks just had what Giannis and what's it called? They made
Chris
Middleton.
Middleton.
yeah,
Giannis
they,
and Middleton, yeah.
they knew they were right there. They were right there.
How could
And
we forget about
sometimes
Drew?
you gotta swing for the
Mhm.
fences, bro. Aim for the
He's
cheap seats.
cooking. He's
Sometimes you
cooking.
gotta aim for the cheap seats, bro.
Oh, let's go, Jalen. Let's go. Let's
He's
go, Jalen.
cooking.
Let's go.
He's
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah. Timeout. He needs a sub. Hey,
Get him out of there.
It's like
he
2
only
shots in a
hit.
row. He
Yeah,
looks tired. Bring him
yeah.
out. Like,
No, man. He's on a bit. He may be using too much analytics, and he's like, you know what? You must sub our players at 6
Oh man,
minutes. No.
you know, I never thought about it that way, but it's like, yeah, it's like Udoka is an analytics guy, and I think sometimes that gets in the way of just like watch the game, watch ball, just watch
Yeah.
it. You know, eye test. It's like look at what's going on. This guy is out here.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Wow.
Christ.
He
Yeah.
should not come
Like-
off the floor. Amen
No.
Thompson should not come off the floor
No.
ever.
No.
I mean, he's already leading the league in minutes. It's like, man, it's like he's young, man. Let him run up and down the court.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he young. He ain't gonna get tired.
He's like 19, man. That dude probably
Yeah.
gonna play a pickup game after this game. Yeah.
yeah, man. He full of Mountain Dew and gummy bears and shit like that, man. Like let him go, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Like let him run all night, man. Like who cares?
That dude's gonna be like, man, y'all going home? Where we going? Look,
Where the party?
it ain't like he
Party
can go
at?
to the club, man. Look, let that dude hoop, man. That's
Nah,
all he
man.
can do.
Hey, man. Like, man. Look, I gotta get on Fortnite. Like OG season 1 is like I gotta get on. I got Fortnite to play, man.
Right.
I got stuff to do, man. Like let's get out of here.
Man, let that dude play, bro. And like I
Mhm.
say, it's one of the things where I think I kind of get what you're saying, Steve, but like, man, maybe you do need to say, you know what, I need to channel my inner Pop, man, because Pop would use some of that analytics, but Pop also would use the eye test too and say, you know what,
Mhm.
I don't need to break this up right now. Let this
Mhm.
cook. Then when I see dudes gassed, I may, pull somebody out or something like
Mhm.
that. But you let them cook, let it ride.
Man,
I
speaking
mean-
of Cook, Jeff Green, like he needs some oxygen on the sideline.
Yeah,
Right
he-
now. They are at high altitude, but you think he'd be used to it them years he played in Denver. But Jeff Green,
He
looked
played
good.
in
Like,
Denver.
thanks, Uncle Jeff.
I mean,
You know.
if you think about it, Jalen is what, like 22 now, 23?
I mean, yeah, they're babies, just like yeah.
Jalen run up the court now, like, look, man, I got 3 more in me. Look at him. He's still over here hanging about 8 feet in the air.
Yeah, I know, right?
Bro.
He got
It's a
smacked in the
foul.
head, though.
It's
He got
a
smacked in
foul,
the head.
though. Like, geez,
Yeah,
Louise.
like, man, sometimes you gotta let these young dudes cook and not be like, hey, let me pull them because they on a minute, they meant 8 minutes. Like, none of these dudes ain't on no injury report. You ain't gotta watch their minutes. Let them play.
You know, hey, kudos to the GM too, man, for assembling this roster with everything that happened with that Harden trade, man. Like, kudos.
I mean,
to the GM.
we won the Harden trade, though. I don't care what nobody say. We won the Harden trade.
We was just talking about that. I said we need to. I was pissed off at Harden, but now I'm looking at it like, thank you, James, because look at what you got us for the next 10 years. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
I will say this. I will say this again. Jesse and I spoke about it in the green room. I will say this. I hated the Harden move.
We all did when it first happened. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, at the time.
Hindsight being 2020, that move has yielded us so much depth.
Yes.
And so many young players. Like the dude that just hit this bucket here, Shangoon, is a direct result of James Harden move.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming around on that guy, but
regardless of what you say, Aaron, like I told you, name 5 better centers.
I'm not doing this with
name
you.
5 better
I'm not doing this with you.
Going back to that redraft, Sengun's is a lottery pick. He's a lottery pick. He's a lottery.
I'm not doing this with you today, Larry. I'm not
Dude.
doing this with you. Jesse,
Better
don't be,
yet, name three-
don't be
name
coming on
three
here
better
co-signing,
centers.
sir.
Name 3 better centers than Sagoon. So,
Don't be coming
hey,
on here.
look,
let's not
Hey,
do this,
hey,
man.
you know
Like,
what? You
we gonna
gonna
bring
hate
him
to hear
around.
this. I am an LP lover. I love LP.
I know. Larry told me.
like everybody does. It's like he the only one. He the only one that's like, oh, get this guy
Hey, man,
off the
when he
court,
was
get him out of here. Like,
when I said he was working with Dream, y'all, that let me know he was about his action. LP about his action, man.
oh, and one.
He feeling
Good,
it,
good
y'all.
Lord.
But see, here's the deal. You see how big we're right now? We will win this game by 3 points.
Yeah.
They go like a 15-2 run in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, it's like in the fourth quarter, this game is gonna be 101, 10. This game is gonna be 101, 104. Rockets are gonna be clinging to a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter of this game.
Praying Jamal Murray gets the jumper at the buzzer.
Because they just went on a 22-0 run, and and Adoka is still like, this is the time you should be making a sub. And he's like, no, I'm gonna just let him play it out. It's I'm gonna put it like this. So we talking about that Harden trade. Me, I never had a problem with Harden. I didn't have a problem with the trade. I was just so happy when they got goddamn D'Antoni up out of here. That's where I was at. Get his ass up out of here. And we needed a really strong coach if Harden would have stayed to get that D'Antoni out of Harden.
The D'Antoni still ain't out of Harden because Harden is still doing the same stuff he did in Houston and LA.
Oh, he cooking. Yeah. He cooking though, but he going to Philly grounded him a little bit. It grounded him a little bit.
Yeah, I think so because I mean you had, if not the second best center, then that's what you claim you needed. So. And
who an Embiid?
Goose egg. Yeah, Embiid, goose egg. Y'all did nothing.
I like it, sir. I like it a lot. Actually, called him goose egg.
So you know what I'm gonna say this, and people was talking about maybe they should have got him back in the season at the beginning of the season, right?
God, no.
So I mean, I think Philly did it brought him back to ground a little bit. Mm-hmm. But what people fail to realize, James Harden averaged 10 goddamn assists in Philly playing damn near the whole season without Embiid. Imagine if he was on here giving 10 assists a game.
Well, they wanted to get him instead of Fred, but then James was like, "Oh no, I want to go back to my scoring roots and leading the team." And they're like, "Nah, bro, you got to get up out of here. Man, we ain't going. We need you to
facilitate." Facilitate, and he was like, "Oh, okay, all right, no problem."
Hey, real talk, James can facilitate. James is a hell of a passer, bro. Yeah. He's a hell of a passer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it's just like when it's time to shoot. Look,
he get drunk on the Kool-Aid. He get drunk on the Kool-Aid. Like, he will.
No, I don't like the fact that he wore the fat suit. Because
you know what I'm
saying? The fat suit is like,
that was cold-blooded. How you gonna do that, man?
The fat suit was wild. That was nasty work. I'm like, all right, like, as soon as this motherfucker step off the plane in Brooklyn, he 20 pounds lighter. It's like, all right, okay. All right. Oh, okay, James. All right, baby. Like you
know what else, man, that rubbed me the wrong way? He didn't even give it a chance. You had John Wall at the time. You had yourself. You had Boogie was here. You didn't even give that three, which was probably gonna be a good solid core three, a chance, man. You just was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, but we going back to the John Wall thing, and we talking about the John Wall thing. We talked about this back and forth all this time. It's like the Rockets at that point.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Yeah, it makes sense. I can't stand that dude so much.
Like he's unserious. He's unserious. Like it's just like I can't stand it.
He claims he loves Houston so much and all this, man. You don't do us like that, man. You don't do us like that. That's
Well, see,
crazy.
And the
again,
thing,
he'll say like he did the organization like that. It's like y'all know he still live in Houston. You know what I'm
Yep.
Yeah.
saying? He really do love Houston. He love the city. He just didn't love the team anymore. You know, and I just like as time has gone by, it's like you know what? Thanks, James. Thanks for all the
Thanks,
picks. Thanks
James.
for all that
Yes,
stuff like that.
yes, yes.
Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings, dog. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know
see,
what?
the thing is, I disagree with that because I am a firm believer that there is a right way and a wrong way to handle business. And my issue with James was it was all the way wrong. Like if you just, I'm not happy. I would like to be traded. Blah blah blah. Like it was so wrong. And then he took it a step further and decided to break out the fat suit. Like what the actual is that? Like literally, he got traded on one day. The very next day, he's in Brooklyn, all skinny and
That's
slim,
so simple.
and that's
Yeah.
his like I was like, what?
That's
Oh,
simple.
come on, bro.
Yeah, that man traveled one time zone and lost 30 pounds. You know what I'm
30
saying? It's
pounds.
like it's like
That's
how does
crazy.
that happen? But you know,
That
at that
hydroxy
point,
cut hit him quick.
yeah, we remember that was a weird time in Rockets, lore because
Mm.
again, like the Rockets, they had no interest in playing John Wall. It's like John Wall done played like 5 more games for the Rockets than I have. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like that was such a weird time, but it's like I understood what the Rockets were doing. And it seems to be working out, but it's like Larry, you talk about it all the time, like our lottery luck. The Rockets had the worst lottery. It's like we were losing on
Man,
purpose, and it was almost like the basketball gods punished us for losing on purpose because it's like I like our team we have now, but man, you know me, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll say it again. It's like, man, look, I would love Paolo
Like
Banchero on
that.
this team.
oh my
Dude, I
goodness.
was, dude, I
Paolo
was about to
Banchero, he,
lose
he
it.
was perfect.
We,
We wouldn't have to
we
be
talking
talking
about
about
championship.
trade and stuff like that. It's like
We talking
Paolo
about
Banchero
championship.
was
Yeah.
he was perfect. He was the perfect fit for this
Yes.
team, and it
Yep.
just wasn't meant to be.
Dude,
And then another thing that rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but when the Houston didn't get that pick last year, and when Biana did was clapping
Oh
because
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
together.
He was
he
You
knew
happy.
know
that
It's
was
what?
like
coming.
All right, I got you
you
too,
know
bro.
what?
Yeah, I got you too.
Man, look, you don't even know fortune cookie to know that Wembley was going to the Spurs, man. Look, that's just gonna be what
The
it's gonna be.
the frozen envelope.
You know,
Yeah,
I hate to say it like they do. Y'all talk about me because I'm a Duke fan, but I would even mind us getting a Zion pick. Like it was to me, we acquired all these assets from the Harden trade, and I don't know because I always say they don't even show the lottery no more. I think it's rigged. But if you think about it, the Rockets are the only team of the teams that have tanked, willingly tanked, that has not came out of it with at least one number one pick. Not even
yeah.
one. Not even the Jalen Green draft. Not
Yeah.
even
No, he
one
was the second
number
pick.
one pick.
He was a second pick. I mean,
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham's been cooking, but I mean, I ain't gonna trade him for Jalen not right now.
No, but I'm
And
just
Cade
saying
has
is,
been
I
lights out.
mean,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's been playing
you
really
know,
good. Yeah.
Hmm.
hey, for every Kevin Durant, there's a Greg Oden. I'm just saying, but like
Mhm.
if you think about it, we haven't came out with not one number one pick, and we already knew what was gonna happen with Wembley. But man, you insert Banchero in this lineup.
Yeah,
If we had like this, if we had Banchero instead of
Jabari.
Jabari, I
Boy.
would say let it
Jabari,
ride.
oh my
I would say
god,
let it ride.
Yeah, let
But
oh
it
my
ride.
god,
let it ride.
My
Let it
man,
ride.
Ray.
Yeah. Let it ride,
oh
man.
my
Look, but not
goodness.
not with Jabari, man. And it's so sad. Even if we had Chet, I'd be like, let it ride. Let it ride with Chet. But it's just one of the things where at this point now we got the assets. Let's turn those hardened assets into something that we can use. Because you take a swing for it when you in the second this late in the season when you sit in number two, you take a swing for it.
Yeah, the next couple of weeks will be interesting to see because the Rockets can keep this going, and then Jabari comes back. Okay, we have to acknowledge that Jabari comes back. How they reintroduce him into the rotation and everything like that, that's going to be key. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
we all sit up here and we talk, but it's like Jabari Smith is going. He's coming back. He's going to play. They're not going to send him down to the valley. We all know that he's going to come back and probably come right back into the rotation for whatever reason. And I wish, like, let him. Like I joke and laugh, but like seriously, let him work his way back because what the Rockets have going now is good. And if you just insert him into this, it could throw off the vibes a little bit. So I would say kind of slowly integrate him back. And like they say, sometimes the best trade you make is the one you don't. Sometimes the best
Yeah,
trade is
yeah,
so
yeah.
so
Good point. Yeah.
so it might be a situation where it's like let's just tread water here. Let's get Tari back. Let's get Jabari back. Let's see how things go. Like Reed will come. Reed comes back up from the valley. Like let's see what's going on with this team. And I feel like the next couple of weeks, as the team kind of we get everybody kind of back in line. I would think it'd be smart for the Rockets to be like, okay, let's see what we got now that we're at 100%. We're at full strength. Let's see. Let now that's the only thing I will give Udoka. Maybe he's waiting until everybody comes back to start kind of trying to nail down these rotations and like what happens stuff like that. Because other than that, I don't see why these rotations are so wild and why they're so like inconsistent. So we'll see.
But the
I'm putting it like
problem,
this,
but
dude.
go ahead,
Y'all,
go ahead, go
y'all
ahead.
heard me say it last night, man. They are who we thought they were. I got rid of Kiyud. Everybody kept saying Jabari's young. Jabari's young. Man, he is who we thought he is. Get his
Mhm.
ass up out of here, bro. I'm at that
No,
point.
he's
Get his
no,
ass.
he's not, Larry. You watch college basketball like I do, man. Like he was killing it at Auburn. He's a
Nah,
totally
nah, nah,
he's a
nah.
he's he's a totally different player. Now, don't let he had a bad tournament. Don't let a bad tournament like throw away like the fact that he had
Hey,
Auburn number one in the country. They were number one. They were top seed in the tournament, and like he just decided to just like mail it in like in
but
the
he was,
tournament.
but he was cooking against bad teams. He was disappearing a couple of them Auburn games. The regular season, he was disappearing. Yeah, like he pulled a total choke job in the tournament. But Jabari had been doing it, and he doing the same thing in the like. I know the three of y'all didn't heard me say this. When the Rockets are playing against a team with nothing is expected from him, they playing against some, I don't know, either a really good team and they don't have a good four, or if they playing against a team that not that good, oh, Jabari looks like, yeah, we keep him on the team. Then we play
Hmm.
against a Memphis or somebody, it's like, where is he at? Find this dude. Find this dude.
That is true.
Like,
That
the
is true.
dude,
Yeah,
like
yeah, for real.
I do not want my four barely shooting 40% from the field.
That
Like,
is true.
like real
One
talk,
thing.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
And, and sometimes the player is who the player is, bro. And
Mhm.
and I feel like with him, he's been on this team long enough to where we know what he is. Move him, get him up off of there. Hey, get healthy. Soon as you off the injury report, you know what? You're a DNP. You know what? I think you might want to pack your bags. I think you might want to pay
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
pay that reletting fee on your lease, brother.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I'll go even
Yeah.
further while I say that I feel like that they should trade him out of all of their young stars. Well, I'm gonna say young players on that team. You trade Jabari because it's gonna be another team that's gonna say, "Oh wow, he was the number 3 pick. He's
We can
still
fix
like
them.
winning. We
Yeah,
can
look,
fix
yeah.
him. We can we can get him from thinking he's fake ass Kevin Durant. We can do that.
Well,
We can coach
he
him
he
out of
he he works out with them
3.
every offseason, so
I don't know what he's
Yeah.
working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Trade him to Chicago for Zach Levine and Kobe White and get a Bulls some
I
picks or
will
something like that or
love
Hey,
whatever
I
like
like
that.
Kobe White. I'll
Oh,
take
I'm
Kobe
I'm
White.
not I'm not I'm not joking.
Look,
I'm
I'm
serious
not.
about
Yeah, I'm
that.
serious.
I love me some Kobe White. As
Yeah.
as
I'm
the
not
Tar
joking.
Heel
Yeah.
fan, as a Tar Heel fan, bring me some Kobe White, please.
Yeah,
Hey,
give me
Please.
Kobe White, give me Zach. I'll take Zach Levine, but that trade would be about give me Kobe White, give me Zach Levine. We'll give y'all some picks or whatever like that. And yeah,
and I'll be like, look,
I,
Zach, don't unpack. Don't unpack, man. Just keep everything together, nice
mm-hmm.
and neatly organized. But
Yeah,
yeah,
just
sometimes you
find a nice hotel,
yeah,
downtown,
yeah,
stay at, and
Extended stay real quick.
yeah.
yeah,
Get you an extended stay.
stay at the Hilton. Look, he can get him a nice room at the Hilton and just be right down the street from the job and just
Man,
do
look,
that. Hmm.
you could be like, hey, look, Zach, go and enjoy Sunday fun day, man. But on Monday, you already know. Yeah, go to the strip. Hey, go to 5015. Go everywhere you want to go. Enjoy it up, cause come Monday morning, yeah, and we good.
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy,
look, yeah,
crazy,
it's like
man.
yeah, have yourself a real good couple of weeks here in H Town, and then
Yeah,
we'll see you. Have a good time in Portland or something like that. I don't know.
yeah. But hey,
Yeah.
you know what? Hey, and then that's when I would take Zach LaVine and be like, hey, look, Danny Ainge, take on Zach LaVine over here and these other 12 picks we got over here and send Laurie back. Like if they had if they could finagle something like that, because they sit on a lot of assets and we got Kobe White and still end up with Laurie marketing. Oh hell yeah. We running.
Well, the thing is, gentlemen, looking at the schedule here, the next 10, 15 games, man, is really going to solidify, in my opinion, who we are and what the season is. Obviously, Denver's tonight, then Sacramento, Portland, but we got 2 games back to back. Actually, we got 3 games on the 22nd, the 25th, and the 27th versus Cleveland and Boston that I kind of got circled. Obviously, this Denver game kind of lost its kind of luster, if you will, with the news that Joker isn't playing.
Yeah.
So again, it is what it is. But when you got the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference, in your building for that Wednesday one, and then on the road, Cleveland and Boston, respectively. And then you got a tough Memphis team to close out the month of January before we start getting into February and All-Star break and stuff like that. It's going to tell me a lot. And again, the moves that need to be made are going to be made. The moves that we're not going to make are not going to be made. But I do feel as though we're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. I think that's important for us moving forward. I do hope that we get healthy coming back, which means Jabari Smith is going to be reinserted back into the lineup for some god awful reason, and I feel we're going to have to navigate that. But looking at Cleveland, Boston, the Hawks, and the thing that Hawk game is super sneaky, especially with the guard play of Trae Young and this, that, and the third. Like kind of looking at, out in the ether, man. If we're sitting here at February 1st, and we got 30 wins, how do you feel? If we're sitting here at February 1st, and we got 33 wins, how do you feel? Talk to me, Jesse. Like we got some games coming up, man. How do you feel, man?
The game that, like you said, that Boston game, I really want to see because they kicked our ass when they played us. They just kicked our ass.
Boy,
and I want to see if they're gonna have the
in our building at that.
Yeah,
they kicked our butts in our building.
To not let them do that, man. And then I feel like I should have wanted to play better because of the situation with Ime too. Mm-hmm. But if they're sitting at 33 wins by the start of February, I believe that I think they overexceeded. Yeah, big time. Yeah. If they had 33 wins, at 30, I'm okay with 30. That means we'll probably still be within. Well, the way the Western Conference look, we probably still be anywhere between the 2nd or the 5th to 6th seed. But I like the way that they're trending. They're playing more together. The more and more I watch them, man, and I'm starting to believe. I always believe in the Rockets, but I'm starting to really, really believe, and I think that we might be able to shake something up this year, man. I didn't think it was gonna be this year. I knew we probably would make the playoffs, but we actually have a chance to make some damage this year, like for real.
And that's the thing. Like, I didn't think that. Again, I'm gonna be the first person to raise my hand and be like, "Yo!" Again, as I said earlier, it wasn't on my bingo card. We got a guy who we do shows with, Unc. We call him Unc. He said that we would be in the top 3.
Really?
He said we'd be in the top 3. Now, again, I love Unc. He likes to talk out of the side of his neck a lot of times. That's my guy. Sure, I love him to death. But some stuff that he said has topped off. I wasn't expecting this one to pop off. But he said it would be in the top 3. And as we currently sit here on the 15th of January, we're number 2. So I didn't have that on my bingo card. But with that being said, I do foresee us being active at the trade deadline. I do foresee us trying to get back against Boston in their building on the 27th. This Cleveland, home, and it's a back-to-back. We play them in Houston, then we go on the road and play them, in Cleveland. It's going to be big, but then we close out the year. We close out January versus a Memphis team, a team that again in our conference we play them quite regularly all the damn time. So,
And he wants to get back.
In our division.
In our division, in our division,
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve, talk to me, man. Like, kind of looking ahead to, where you would feel comfortable with the Rockets being at as we get ready for February basketball. There's a couple games coming up in January that has our attention, man. How do you want to? Where do you see us landing, man?
Well, yeah, like I said, I said like like I look, me, I always look at the schedule. We talk about this on the boardroom. I always look at the schedule, and it's like, and that's why I said earlier, it's like this next 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks, is very important on what the Rockets I feel like do making any moves and not all up there. If the Rockets can keep it going, like I said, if the Rockets are at like 32, 33 wins, then it's like okay, maybe we need to really look at what are we gonna do moving forward. Is like, do we just stand pat and just let everything, just keep it together, or do we feel like okay, we have done this, and then let's try to do something that get us a little bit more over the top? Because like Jesse was talking about, the West is so like if you lose 2 or 3 games in a row, you can go from the
Yep.
2 seed to the 6 seed, and then if you win 4 or 5 games in a row, then you're 2. So it's just like we'll see. Like again, we got some Eastern Conference opponents coming up. Like I said, Jesse took the words right out of my mouth. It's like that Boston game. That Boston game, they showed how a championship team
Yes.
with a
Yes.
championship pedigree, and it's like, and that's something that the Rockets should look at to be like, yeah, it's like that. We should strive to be like that. Because that was they opened up a big old can of whoop ass on the Rockets the last time they
They
played.
shot like 40 some odd threes and hit all 4. It felt like no. Every time the ball went up, it went down.
It feel like they hit like every three. I mean,
Deflating. That whole game was just deflating, man. It just
no. I started laughing. It got so bad. I was like, I mean, of course, I was like, this is like, what are you gonna do here? It's like, you're gonna like in an 82 game season, you're gonna have games like this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it was just like, who cares? It's like, shoot another 3. Peyton Pritchard cannot miss tonight. Who cares? He cannot miss.
It was just ridiculous, man.
Like,
It was ridiculous.
Just throwing it up from everywhere. It's just all going in. But like, I feel like we have a situation here with the Rockets where the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
And I worry that any kind of move, if it's not the right move, because it's like you see teams all the time, they make these moves and it's not the right move. We were talking about the Suns earlier. The Suns, I don't think that Bill move was the right move to make for the Suns.
Don't seem like it. Definitely don't seem like it. Yep.
But they made the move, and on the surface it seemed great. But then when you really look at it, it just threw the vibe off. It threw everything off. They trade away all their depth because you know what, they would like Payne and all those guys, and they would love all those guys back. That they traded for Bill. So you got that, and then look, at the end of the day, the Rockets are going to have to shoot better. The Rockets are gonna have to play better on the road. It's just these are things that big boy teams do.
Yeah.
And again, it's like we Sirius earlier said like they're babies. Yeah, they're babies. And it's like what I want to see is, and I think what we all want to see is the continued maturity of the Rockets. As they continue to mature, as they continue to like win some tough games, like when they face adversity, like pull a tough one out. Continue to do that. And like I said, the sky can be the limit for the Rockets. But my biggest concern is like, and Stone doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would just make a trade just to make a trade. He's been very deliberate in his moves and very calculated, and that's why I love him. So I think he wouldn't. I think he would look at this team and be like, you know what? Maybe we don't make a trade, or maybe the Rockets don't make a trade for a big star, but they make it for like a glue guy. You know, a guy, just a guy who can shoot. You know, the
Mhm.
Rockets are usually a guy who can shoot. So it's like if you can, we teased about this last night on the boardroom, but if the Rockets like get a Austin Reeves type player,
Mhm.
somebody who can just like, hey, just go out there and shoot, dog. Like shoot your 5 or 6 threes a game, and then we see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what the Rockets need. The Rockets can get somebody like that because again, it's like we spent a lot of time talking about stars, and then I just feel like the Rockets might not need to trade for a star. They might need to just
Mhm.
trade for like a rotation guy, just a guy who can come in and fill a gap that the Rockets need. You get a guy who's gonna play some good defense and can rebound, or like if you can get a guy who's gonna come, like I said, he's just gonna shoot. Then that I think maybe that's what the Rockets need, and I think that's what they should do. But again, this next couple of weeks against some tough teams coming up, we'll see exactly what this Rockets team is made of. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited. This is a very interesting stretch for the Rockets because they're second now, and they could and at the end of the stretch they could be seventh in the
Mhm.
West if this
Yeah.
stretch
Yeah.
don't go well. So this is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
very interesting stretch for the Rockets coming up here.
Yes, sir. Larry, you want to hit anything else before we get out of here, big dog?
Man, so I'm gonna just say this. That Boston game, man, yeah, that was brutal. It's like I used to watch Married with Children, and they had an episode when it was like pros versus
Eased
Joes.
up there, boy.
Hey, and Sugar Ray was on there, and he was like, "Yeah, it's every professional's dream to see how bad they could beat a non-pro." That's what that game was like, bro. That game was like a professional hitting us so hard they knocked us out of our shoes. Like like y'all know what I'm talking about. He hit Al so hard, all you just saw was his shoes smoking. Like, dude, it's that bad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I want to see come out of this game is when you get your ass whooped that bad, the next game, I want to see the dog in y'all come out. I want to
There
see the
you go.
fight come in.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a damn if they lose the game, but I want to see that be a hard nosed nail biter. Look, if we gotta, foul the shit out of somebody, I want that game to be a game I walk away and I say, look, if they may have won it, I'm great, but I want that game to be a game. I'm gonna say, look, they got some fight in them. Hey, look, they not gonna lay it down because we know playoff basketball is gonna slow down. It's gonna get way more physical. That's
Mhm.
when you need these dogs. That's when you need these guys to say,
Mhm.
hey, you know what? We not gonna let nobody just come in here and run rush chop over us. That's not gonna happen. You need those
Yeah.
guys. And Steve, like you were saying, like I like the marketing because marketing fit, but the guy you were talking about, like a KCP, we would I would love to we signed KCP.
Boy,
Yeah,
KCP is
we
another
Yeah,
good
I like
name.
KCP.
Yes.
KCP.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like somebody like that. That's like I like that we would have got Bridges. We needed like that somebody in that role. Like
Hmm.
you say, he's not a big superstar, but at the same time, he a real true 3 and D guy. But he's also got championship medal. But he also is that
Hmm.
dog that he's gonna be
Yeah.
like, look, because I hate to say it like that. Dylan Brooks, man, he like a pit bull in a chihuahua's body, man. Like he
Yeah,
bark.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
He do
bark.
bark. He do bark.
Yeah, he can bark, but it is what it is. If we come out of this little stretch, and like I said, I want to see how resilient this team is. I want to see
Hmm.
how hard they fight. Because honestly, I would love for them to hold down the number 2. We ain't catching OKC. OKC is looking crazy right now,
Yeah, they are. They are looking
and that's
crazy.
and
Yeah.
that's without Chet.
And I want some get back anyway from OKC anyway. And they can do it.
Hey, look, man. Sometimes you don't go biting off what you want, what you don't want, and if you and I'll even go it like this, right? I would love for them to hold down that number 2 seed because in that way we won't have to see them until the finals. They might slip up. We seen them slip up last year. They might slip up. I'm not saying they would have, would not have, but I'm gonna just say that I would love to see the Rockets just hold down this number 2, hold it down, get into the playoffs. Number 2, if you got to make a move, and
We
Stone,
have to make a move. We
yeah,
got to
like you
make a
said,
move.
Steve, Stone is calculated, but sometimes you don't
Hmm.
be too calculated because you know that these other teams are gonna make moves. We all know the Lakers have been basically since the season started, they're gonna make a move. They're gonna make a move. They're gonna make a move.
Hmm.
Everybody keep talking about Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna make a move, make a move. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Timberwolves, everybody expecting them to be better than that. I foresee them making a move. Like I said, they gonna get Julius Randle off their team. So
How? Who's gonna be silly enough to take Julius Randle, man?
somebody
Oh,
somebody
God.
will. Hey, they were stupid enough to take him too. So somebody will.
I mean, that's a true statement.
But that's
doing every day.
that's like double backing now.
Uh,
Everybody see now, like nah, man, we ain't touching him with a 10-foot pole.
Nah, it's like
every
people
day.
thought the Knicks were crazy. Like the Knicks were like, see what we're talking about.
You know what? Hey, you know what I'm gonna tell y'all? Because you know the same mistake that the Phoenix Suns made. It's like some of these teams they feel like, oh, we must have this big three. We must put these superstars in play, even though they don't fit. We must get them right. I can tell you right now, if Timberwolves said, you know what, we need some depth. We really need some depth. You know what, Lakers, we'll send y'all Julius Randle. Y'all send us back, you know, some players that we can add some depth. You know, maybe throw in an Austin Reeves. You know, because maybe they ain't gonna give up Connect, but maybe give up Austin Reeves. We'll send you Julius Randle. The Lakers are so stupid, and they are so ran by so. I'm gonna be like this. Y'all know I'm a LeBron hater. LeBron will be like, man, you know, I like playing with vets. Oh man, Julius Randle, he'll former All-Star. Put him on the team. That will be utter dysfunction. And they would tell me
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I would not hear the end of that, man. I swear to God, our group thread will be going stupid.
But I can tell you right now, that's some stupid shit that they would do. That he would be like, oh man, we add another vet to me and him. Oh, we could move some of the debt because I want another. The way that Julius Randle play and the way that AD play with that would be an abject failure. But they would do it because, like LeBron said, he liked playing with stars. Basically, that's what he said. And Julius Randle will be like, you know what? We've been chasing all these other stars and nobody's willing to move anybody. But here goes Minnesota dangling Julius Randle over here, and they would bite it. They would be the one dude that you say, you know what? It look a little shady over there. I don't think I want to go down that road. They the ones that will go down that road, and because we already know who runs that organization. But I do, like I said, I don't want Stone to wait too long, waiting for the best, waiting for the move that he's okay with when he can make a move before then. Does that make sense? Yeah, like I
Yeah,
think
I
he
mean,
should
but you don't want to
don't
make a
wait.
move just on the sake of making a move, and that's what I
Yeah,
was saying. It's like
yeah,
I feel like instead of going star chasing, the Rockets should just try to like do moves that would better fit their teams. Like KCP's a good person, I think. You know, like again, I don't think they come off of him, but like if we do a trade with the Kings, like Malik Monk, somebody like that, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's just like somebody in that range, if you will, or whatever like that, that not a star, but somebody who, when you add him to what's already there, could put the Rockets over the top. I don't think you necessarily need a star to do that.
But in the NBA, you can't wait, especially in that Western Conference. You just don't wait till other teams start making moves, then try to make a move. He gotta be on the phone, hearing who willing to move who and what it's gonna cost to get somebody, and then make his move. Because
Yeah.
we all know it's an arms race in the West, bro.
Oh yeah,
Been
definitely,
like that.
definitely,
Oh, for
definitely.
sure.
What I call
With
this
that
past
being
season, the gauntlet. It's the
the
gauntlet, bro.
gauntlet, the gauntlet. But
Yeah.
the thing, it's been the gauntlet for years, man. The Western Conference has been the better conference for a while, as far as the assortment of teams. But with that being said, gentlemen, I'm gonna get you guys out of here, man. Jesse, thanks for coming by, kicking it with us, my dude. Give us a plug or close out anything you want to promote as we get out of here, my guy.
Just thank y'all for having me, man. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed myself, and let's go Launchpad.
Yes,
And
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love the intro, bro. The intro was fire, man. The
Fire.
intro was fire.
Absolute flames. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you,
Killed that.
thank you, thank you. I had to pull something together, man. Thanks for coming by, Jesse. Again, don't be a stranger, my guy. Catch you on the
Yes.
next one, man.
All right.
You know what, Coach? You know what to do, my guy. Give me a plug and a color to shut it down, big homie.
Look, the much ballyhooed, the much delayed, the much anticipated launch pad, finally here, man. Loved it. Look, my boys, like Jesse's my best friend. He's Larry's cousin. He's Sirius's new friend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so
A lot of guys.
gotta love that. But like, yeah, man, it's like next launch pad will be who knows when. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would love to do this maybe after this stretch that we just got to
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That'll
yeah.
probably be a good time to do another one. But yeah, man, like we do this here. We do this on Tuesdays, the boardroom meeting where we have a good time on there. But this was fun. This was fun. This was like a fam. This is like family. This
sir.
was like family talking and meeting and talking about the team that we love and sometimes hate. But it's all good, man. And like Jesse said, man, like let's go launch pad, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thank you so much, Coach, man, for coming by, kicking with us, man. Larry, you know what to do, my guy. Give me a plug and a closeout. You shut it down, big homie.
Man, you know what? I know they said it, bro, but I'm gonna be real, man. Look, sometimes you gotta get credit when credit is due. And especially, we talk about, us a bunch of black guys on the show, man. And a lot of things that black guys struggle with is giving other black guys credit, man. Aaron, I gotta give you your props, bro. You did that intro, man. The things you've been doing for the show in general, but you put a little love into that intro, bro. So yeah, man. Hey, hats off to you, bro. I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir.
Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I will say this, man. It's been great, man. Got Steve on. Hey, you finally got to meet Jesse. A lot of people don't realize, man, we all been associated with each other for years. And just, sometimes being able to put that face with that voice and knowing who's
Yeah.
who, it's lovely. And Steve will probably agree with me. Getting Jesse out of his shell, getting him on the show with us, man. Hey, it had to take me and Steve to do it, but he did good. I'm
He
proud of my
did good, man. He did. I'm
yeah,
gonna keep it. My man did good, man. All right. We
yeah,
got to
man.
work
Proud
on
of-
his lag joint, but yeah, my man did
Yeah,
good.
we gonna upgrade his technology. We've been making upgrades around here to everybody, man. We're
Yeah,
gonna get him on point. But yeah, man, I'm proud of my cousin for jumping in, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm always gonna say, man, it's always a pleasure, privilege, man. We're gonna keep things moving. We got the momentum going. We're gonna have another rocket show in a couple of moments, after this, what's called it. Hopefully we don't get no burying his Knicks crap in the meantime. He's gonna try to outdo it.
He gonna try. He gonna try. He gonna
try.
gonna try.
He probably gonna be calling in some ringers and stuff like, man, I need somebody from this network to come and do my intro because Aaron did this and did that. He gonna probably try to outdo us. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm gonna just say, man, let's go Rockets, keep this momentum up, and hopefully the Lakers fall out the playoffs and end up with the 12th pick. All right. The 12th pick.
Yo, thank you so much, Larry, man. Yo, as I always say, man, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and a pleasure doing this show with you guys every week, man. The episode of the Launchpad, man. It's a long time coming. It's been put together. We've been having conversations off there, talking about when it'd be a good time to do it. The stars had to align, and boy, did they, man. Shout out to Coach for coming back through. Larry, obviously, my dude. I rock with him on a regular basis. Jesse, pleasure to meet that dude. Sangoon sucks. I said what I said. I can't stand that brother. If you got something to say, hit my line. Anyways, with that being said, man, we'll be back in the building on Tuesday, the boardroom, man. We're going to be doing big things, man. I cannot wait. Shout out to my friends at Nonsense and Deep Thoughts for partnering with me and doing this thing, man. With that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Let's go Rockets, man. Peace.